Hey, it's Andre. I'm cooking again today. Just thought I'd record it. So far what I've done is I've chopped a whole yellow onion and added some butter, water, and I put garlic powder, salt, and pepper in it, and green onions. I've been cooking this for about 5 to 10 minutes, I guess, on medium because I'm using the wok and it gets really hot really fast. And I have a tendency to burn stuff when I put it in here. It sticks to the bottom. I also put a little bit of, see, it's already burning on the bottom. I also have I also put some oil in it. This one, vegetable oil by Crisco. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to go ahead and leave this on medium heat. Turn it on low. What I did is I stuck some frozen chicken thighs in the microwave for like 4 minutes, I think. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to drain the juice into the onions. And then I'm going to stir them around a little bit. And turn the heat back up to medium-high. So that I can get the juices reduced a little bit. So this is not vegan. Gluten-free, yes. Vegan, no. So while I'm having the onions reduce, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the chicken into pieces that are smaller, so that way when I'm ready I can throw them in to the rest of my food. In addition to this onion dish that I'm making, I'm calling it the onion dish because there's an actual whole yellow onion in there, so it's mostly onions. I made this stuff. So it's like this. Rice-a-ronis, long grain, and wild rice. My rice cooker fits exactly 3 of these boxes in it, so I just did that. The rice has wheat and soy in it, so the rice is not gluten-free, because of, I guess, whatever they use in it. Because there's like seasonings in it, and I guess they have like wheat flour or something in it to hold the seasoning together. So that's why there's wheat in it. If you want to use like your own wild grain mix or whatever, you can do that too. And then it wouldn't have the same taste because it wouldn't have the seasonings. But I guess you could season it however you want. You just gotta make sure that you put a lot of it in because, yeah, seasoning rice in the pot is kind of hard to do, at least from my perspective, because I'm just so used to using that or having just plain white rice, and then putting some sort of sauce on it like shoyu or something like that. So that's the rice. I put a little bit of soy butter in that one too because I like how the soy butter makes the bottom of the rice, or the bottom rice. There's a word for it in Japanese. Okame, I believe it is, which is the rice that sticks to the bottom of the pot. Or a fag hag, either one. But, that one always has, like, better flavor and stuff. That's what she said. So anyway, I'm burning my onions, I think, almost. So I gotta finish up with this chicken. Then I'm gonna throw the chicken in the wok after I separate the onions into the bowl that the chicken was in. Because we don't want to cook the chicken and the onions in the same container. For no reason. There's no reason why we can't do that, but I just don't want to. Yeah, see. Burning shit to the bottom of the pan. That is my middle name, is burning shit. That's how I do. I burn everything. So while I'm at it, I'm going to turn the heat down a little bit. I'm going to take the onions and put them into this bowl that I was using to defrost the chicken. It's funny, like, I know there's a defrost setting on the microwave, but I prefer to just put it in on regular heat until it's, like, partially cooked and defrosted, and then I'll recook it again. I'm sure that the defrost setting is good for other stuff, but I have not really figured out what I could use it for. Alrighty. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a little bit more butter. I love butter. And this isn't real butter, this is fake butter. I'm going to stick that in this pan. Not too much though. And then I got fake butter in there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw the chicken in. I'm going to throw the chicken in there. And then again, I'm going to put a little bit of oil in it, just like a capful, because the butter's already pretty much oil. Yeah, the butter is it's soy butter. It's pretty much entirely made out of oil, as far as I know. And my rice is bubbling. Look how awesome that is. And they're bubbling the crap out of it. That rice is awesome. And it'll make the whole house smell awesome. And then I have this super firm tofu. Super firm tofu from Trader Joe's. I don't know if you can see me. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm gonna be cooking that too. The heat I'm moving between medium high and medium because if it gets too hot, it burns, and if it doesn't get hot enough, it doesn't cook correctly. So, and this tofu is the one that I used the last time, and we kind of drained it and then put it back in the refrigerator, so it's even firmer than before. But yeah. Just cut this up. And sometimes I like to do strips in tofu, but I don't want to do strips because honestly, I'm going to be super honest with you. I don't really care for the taste of tofu. I don't like beans in general, and that they're kind of fermented. Oh wait, no, that's natto, something like that. I just don't really care for the taste of tofu. I do like soybeans, like raw soybeans, but I don't care for tofu. Whether it's cooked or not, it just doesn't really appeal to me. I don't eat a lot of Mexican food either, like I don't eat refried beans too often. I don't eat black bean stuff from Chinese cuisine. Yeah, I'm very picky about my foods because I have certain flavors that I stay away from, like hardcore. Like I don't eat anything that's spicy. And I don't really care for things that are hot and sweet. Like I don't like sugar on meat. I think it's weird. I'll eat teriyaki every now and again, but like pork loins, people make pork loins, or they even make like honey hams and stuff like that. I don't like that. The one thing I will eat that is meat that has sugar on it is I like eel. I like eel a whole lot. But the problem with eel is if you cook it too much, it gets rubbery. And I don't like that. I don't like rubbery eel. And if you don't cook it enough, it's raw. So I'm very picky about my eel. I don't like it when my eel is not made correctly. There's a place in Waikiki in the international marketplace that, if they're still there, I haven't been there in quite a while, since 2009, but they make a really good eel and it's only like $7 or something like that. So yeah. Let's see. So right now I've got my chicken and my tofu cooking in their thing. Chicken and tofu. Ooh, it's colorful. And I'm gonna season the crap out of it. Let me get the light. Yeah, I'm gonna season it to nobody's business. I'm also gonna take some of this juice from the onions and put it in. Because I mean, they're all gonna get added together eventually, but there's not enough oil and stuff in here. Some of the onions fell out into the tofu and stuff, but that's fine. And right now I'm in the middle of medium and medium high as far as the heat is concerned. And going to get some green beans from Trader Joe's. I already have some that are defrosted, but they're actually completely defrosted actually. But I'm going to add some more to that one's bowl. Because they're going to go in the thing that I'm making. So I put the lid on, stick that in there for like 2 minutes, 3 minutes. And roll that back up. Okay, in the freezer. I'm going to season this. So I got my black pepper. Not too much black pepper, because yeah, it's peppery. But a mess load of garlic powder. Like it's orange now, literally. And then salt. Yeah, I like salt, I do. I'm not giving it up. I won't. I don't care if you say it's unhealthy. I like my salt, and I will continue to use it in really large quantities that are probably not good for you. Because salt is awesome. It's awesome, I tell you, awesome. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the heat up to medium high, shake up my free-range chicken broth. I know this is like a product placement ad kind of thing. I'm just going to pour a little bit in there. I don't even know how much that was. That was a little smidge. And then I'm going to turn the heat up to high. I'm just going to stir that around in there. And it's totally going to burn to the bottom, but I don't care. If I can keep it moving, it won't be super bad. And then we just keep stirring, stirring, and stirring. And if you wonder why I lean in so close, which is totally unhealthy with my hair, not in a hairnet and everything, it's because I cannot see too well without my glasses, which I haven't had for a while. And the chicken that I cooked. Like I said, it was partially cooked and partially defrosted, so I might end up with raw chicken if I don't keep an eye on it. Which is what I'm doing. I'm looking to make sure that my chicken is not raw. And that would be my green beans, which are awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and throw my green beans in with everything. Probably a little water in there, but that's fine. I'm gonna stir those around. And I'm just going to back down to medium high. Because like I said, it will burn. And burning tofu is not in my plan because that shit is hard to get off of the pan. Yes. Obviously this video is not safe for work with all my cursing. And then I'm gonna add the onions back in. Like so. Like so. And while I check on everything else, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put the lid on this. And I'm just going to let it sit. And hopefully not burn. Yeah, that is heavy. It is heavy. Alrighty. So, then I don't know what I was going to make. Guess I was going to make sandwiches. Because I like sandwiches. Sandwiches are awesome. I'm going to keep my bowls because I'm a lazy person who doesn't like to wash my dishes. And I will be putting the finished stuff into those bowls. But good bread. I really like the bread from Trader Joe's. We have a Food for Less near our house, and their bread is good to an extent. They have more options and stuff like that. But the one from Trader Joe's is really soft, but not like squishy, because I've gotten a few from Food for Less that were like outright squishy. It was not good. Not good at all. And so I do like the one from Trader Joe's. And so we got the bread, and then we have Canadian bacon. So we're going to do one slice of Canadian bacon, which is honestly, this Canadian bacon is really thick. Well, I guess it's moderately thick. I don't know. All the meats are from Trader Joe's, except for the salami, which is the cheap bar S salami, which is hella ghetto. Because that shit costs $1 and it's like this much. But whatever. Every now and then I like some salami. I do. I get cravings for weird foods, and salami happens to be one of them. I don't get cravings for bologna for some reason. Although there is a type of bologna that they served at this deli that I worked at. That was insanely good. And it had like weird stuff in it, so I'm thinking that maybe it was just salami and I got it mixed up. Yeah. I like Bar's hot dogs too. Even though they have nitrates and they're made out of like pork, chicken, and beef. But that's okay, because I eat Spam, so I don't care. My question is, can I eat the outside part, or do I need to peel it? I think I have to peel it. I don't like luncheon meat, you get it, and there's like plastic around it. Like, that's weird. What the hell am I supposed to do with that? You know? I was traumatized as a little child by meat that had plastic around it. So I don't like stuff like that, like shrimp. Better peel my shrimp. Crab. I don't cook crab because it needs to be steamed. And I'm not really sure how to do that. And you can't put it in the microwave and you can't boil it. Because if you do, the meat like shrinks. Which is nasty and rubbery and it's just problems. Where's my soy cheese? Here's my soy cheese. Got my soy cheese. And we're still having the food be cooking inside of the thing, steaming itself. But yeah, I got problems. I made banana nut and blueberry muffins the other day. They're in there, in the refrigerator. Because that's where you put things like that. But yeah, they're in there. And they're actually pretty good. I had one the day that I made them, which was like 2 days ago, and then I forgot about them because I have problems. I got problems. I forget about shit. And I eat like a lot, and I most often do not leave room for dessert. So I don't get to eat my muffins, but it's okay. So I got my sandwich, which looks like this. The sandwich is awesome. And then I have my stir fry, which looks like that. So I got my sandwich, my stir fry, and my rice still got time left on it. Because it's judging me. Look, it's still red. It's still red. We want it to be yellow. Yellow is the color we want. But when it's all done, then it'll be all done. So anyway, smooches. Bye-bye.